a new day together. And when I finally got it to look like real hands, I started with the sunrise. I wanted it to be in pastel shades. It came out very vivid. And I thought, oh, I've ruined it. And so then I thought, well, I need the practice. I will start on the hands. And little by little, they began to emerge as looking like real hands. And I chose different colors to depict different races. It began to look like I wanted it. And I thought, well, maybe I can use this painting after all. So that's kind of the background of the painting. The other entry that I have is a commemoration of the suffrage centennial, 1920 to 2020, 100 years this year since women got the right to vote. And my grandmother, my father's mother, was born in 1895. She was 25 when she could vote, and she voted every opportunity. Even when her husband said, "You're just canceling my vote," she said, "I don't care, I'm voting." And so she was quite an inspiration to me because of her independence in spite of her background, which was that the man was the boss of the family, that he doled out the discipline. Of course, she didn't hold back on that herself, but she always said that I needed to do what I thought was right, and she tried to teach me what was right and wrong. She was a Southern Baptist, but I embrace all religions, all philosophies, and I feel like that they all have good things. They all adhere to what is right and what is honest and so on, as all in all religions. And as far as how does this art get me through this COVID threat we're all under, it's difficult for me to do artwork because I struggle with feeling that perhaps I'm not good enough, that the art is not good enough. And so I struggle with it. The centennial painting has 3 portraits of active suffragettes. Susan B. Anthony is probably, everyone knows her name. Sojourner Truth, a Black woman who began her struggle for a woman's right to vote earlier than Susan B. Anthony, and also earlier than Elizabeth Cady Stanton, which is the other portrait on the far right of my painting. And I chose quotes from each of them that I wrote underneath their portrait. And I especially like them, and that's why I put them on there. Susan B. Anthony's quote was, "Their rights and nothing more. Women, their rights and nothing less." An appropriate. Sojourner Truth, her quote, I didn't memorize it, but she was saying that in the midst of her enemies, she had no fear because truth would always win out. And so it's something like that. And then Elizabeth Cady Stanton, "I have such a pride of sex that the triumphs of women in art, literature, oratory, science, or song rouse me, my enthusiasm, as nothing else can." And I thought that was just wonderful. And then, of course, I had to put my own quote at the very bottom and signed it. "Courageous suffragettes who fought for a woman's right to vote." I put that in quotes and then signed it. So that's my offering to commemorate our 100 years of the women's right to vote. So even though I struggle with what I paint, the choices I make, If it's I think everything is politics, and so I think of it as a political statement. And then my inspiration to do it, I struggle to produce it, to bring it about, and I'm always happy that it turns out well, and I get good feedback. I think that's my favorite part, is people telling me what they see in it and how it speaks to them. Most of my artwork is very easy to look at. You know the animals, you know the plants, but these paintings are more symbolic and different than I usually paint. So I'm happy with how they turned out, and I hope you like it too.